Hey everybody, Prep and Nurse 1 here. I'm going to turn this so you guys can see that fire pretty good. Hopefully you can see that. So, I wanted to do a second video today. It's still Saturday, November 14th, 2020. And this one I think is important, and I really wanted to share this with you, and I wanted to go over some stuff with you, okay? I've talked many times about knowledge is power. I've talked about, getting different materials on hand to prepare for an S.H.T.F situation. And, the more you know, the more information that you can retain in your brain or have hardcover is going to give you a huge advantage in an S.H.T.F situation. So I don't have all of my books with me, but I do have some of them. And I wanted to share some stuff with you to kind of give you an idea, okay? So we're going to go over a few of these different books. I want to show you to give you an idea and stuff like that. But before we get into that, I had stopped at Walmart the other day. And if you get the opportunity and you can get to Walmart, if you have to get one item, I'm going to show you which one you should buy. Okay, so I'm going to do that first. I have this already, but I picked up another one just because, again, cost effective wise, it's worth its weight in gold. I picked up the Mini Sawyer. Okay, now I have zero affiliation with the Mini Sawyer water company, filtration company, but this little Mini Sawyer will filter up to 100,000 gallons of water. Okay, the only catch with this is you don't want to let the main cartridge freeze, or the membranes will separate apart inside there and it'll be no good. So once you start using this, okay, you don't want to let that freeze at that point, because it's like it's worthless after that. So, but this is something that I think is really important to have. The number one thing that we cannot go out with for more than 3 days, and that's fresh water. So if you have something like this, which is, I mean, I don't even think it's a half a pound. It is like so lightweight. Let me see if it says on here what the weight is. It doesn't. But again, literally, guys, this is like, I mean, just it's so lightweight. I would say less than half a pound for that right there. But that's something, 100,000 gallons of fresh water, keep you going for a long time. Even if you have a group, even if you have a large group. If you have a way to make fresh water until you can get someplace else where you can set up a permanent situation where you can have some other form of getting fresh water, this is a lifesaver. So this is the number one thing. Having a way to purify water is the number one thing. And something like this, again, that small, 100,000 gallons, I think it's under 30 bucks. You can't beat that. Best investment that you can get, okay? So I wanted to talk about that first because I think that's so important. Again, I have no affiliation with the company. I'm not making any money off the company, nothing. So, if you decide to go and purchase a Mini Sawyer, that's totally on you. Do it for yourselves, do it for your families, okay? So what I'm going to share with you first, I got a bunch of different books here, so we're just going to I'm going to get them and then I'm going to set them down over here because I got a whole bunch of stuff here, okay? One of the things that I have here, the Bug Out Gardening Guide by Ron Foster. Now, I'm going to tell you what, Ron has sent me a tremendous amount of books. I really like his stuff. I think he's got some great information. Gives you a different perspective of looking at stuff. But like in here, it's got all, the different pictures. Let's see, there's another, just giving an example. But it talks, like I said, it talks about Bug Out Gardening Guide. So, again, you get to your bug out location, what you should be growing, that type of stuff. Really good information with that. Alright, next I'm going to show you a couple other Ron Foster stuff. The Ridiculously Simple Survival Book, okay? And again, it just gives you a lot of good information. Alright. A couple more by him here. We have Driving Towards Disaster, Survival of the Best Prepared, and Driving Towards Disaster, the Story So Far. So there's a couple more of his books. Okay, so just wanted to share that with you. So next we're going to go... Oh, okay, this is one of his books. It's a short story that he wrote, The Longest Walk. really cool. I think it's definitely worth a read. So you know, I found it very entertaining. All right, let me just. Okay, so now the rest of these books that I'm going to go with are going to be a combination of things that I've picked up myself and a combination of things people have sent me. Okay, Hydroponics. I think that's a really awesome book to have, and actually I will be working on this this winter. I will be working on hydroponics in the greenhouse, so definitely stay tuned for that. Okay, but really chock full of good information, and I definitely be utilizing this book this winter. Another one, I think this one's pretty cool. Okay, and this is somebody else sent me this, a prepper's cookbook. 300 recipes to turn your emergency food into nutritious, delicious, life-saving meals. And this is by Tess Pennington. Okay, so I'm just going to throw that up there for you guys to see. So, you know, generally stuff that you may already have right in your survival pantry, but it's 300 different recipes that you can use. I'll tell you what, having different recipes and knowing how to do stuff and having the, you know, the ingredients, I think that's awesome thing to have, great information to have, especially when we get to the point where we have, you know, once it comes down to it and you're going to have what you have, you're going to need to be able to have some creative ideas on what to cook. So having different ways to cook with your long-term food storage pantries and that type of stuff, I think is hugely, hugely important. So again, I'm not focusing on one thing, I'm focusing on a lot of different things because, again, having a different way to change the texture of that food, I think, is really important. All right, so the next one is by Murray Dixon, I'm sorry. Where There's No Dentist. All right, another book, lots of information. I'll just kind of open that up and show you. You know, talking about teeth, what to do when if you don't have a dentist, and what can you do. Okay, again, I'll tell you right now, your teeth could be the death of you. If you get an abscess or an infection, that can kill you, especially in a post-event when you cannot get to the dentist. So that's a book that I think, again, really, really good book to have, okay? The next one, Amish Canning and Preserving, all right? How to make soup, sauces, pickles, relish, and more. So I'll just kind of show you that. Again, a lot of different information on canning, and so it's just showing you how to do the different stuff. And again, I think that's really important. Variety, having that change up a taste is really, really important. All right. So here's another one. Keeping honeybees. All right. A lot of good information in that. If you have a hive or, you know, anything like that, or if you're a novice beekeeper, a lot of good information in something like that. And again, with having that information, again, think about when there's no one is going anymore to the store to get sugar or whatever the case may be. Honey is going to be a huge thing because people are still going to want that sweet taste, and honey is the best one that you can possibly have for that. The next one is Get Home Safe When S.H.T.F. Build Your Perfect Get Home Bag. All right, and this is Eric Winslayer. Okay, so there he had sent me that, and again, it's got a lot of information in here, you know, a lot of pictures so that you can see different stuff. Just give you an idea. All right. So again, a lot of really good information, stuff like that. Again, I truly believe these type of things are worth their weight in gold. This is something that you would want to read now. Okay. Put your bug out bag together. Take whatever information. And again, my thing is this. We all have certain knowledge. We all have certain ideas and stuff like that. But if you can read somebody else's material and they give you an idea that you hadn't thought about before, I think that is awesome. And I'm going to give you one example of what happened to me. I had to get together with a bunch of different preppers. I said, bring your bug out bags and we're going to go through what everybody has in their bag and maybe we can get some ideas from each other. And the one person had rat traps, heavy duty rat traps. And I said to them, why do you have that? And they were like, in an S.H.T.F. situation, they're going to be great for getting squirrels. You can tie them off to the tree, you know, bait them with peanut butter. Squirrel's going to go there, boom, you got that squirrel. No loud bangs and shooting or anything like that to get that animal. And it's not like you got to sit around waiting. So I just thought that that was a fantastic idea. So right after we had that get together, I went out and I bought a whole bunch of rat traps, bigger ones, just because I just thought it was such a tremendous idea. And in a post event, you're going to want to be as quiet as you possibly can be, especially when it comes to hunting. Okay. The next one, The Complete Guide to Edible Wild Plants, and this is from the Department of the Army. Okay, so another really, really good book to have. Gives you all, I'm going to just kind of open that up and show you, it gives you all kinds of ideas of what the plants look like, what they can be used for, and all those type of stuff. And the Indian potato or Eskimo potato, and it gives you the edible parts, the habit and distribution, description. So it gives you all the information of what it looks like, what it's used for, what the edible part is. Something like that, guys. If you're out and about, this was something that I think like in your bug out bag you should have. Not heavy duty weight, but again, if you're on the move and you have to get going, and if you don't know all your wild edibles, having something like this, again, that can be the difference between life and death. Again, depending on the time of year as well. All right. Here's another book. So your bug out location, right? Backdoor Medicine. This is by Julie Burton Seal and Matthew Seal. All right. And this is a really good book about what to grow. And again, I'm just going to open this one page up here just to kind of give you an idea. So there's a lot of illustrations, a lot of explaining. It gets into quite a bit of detail. Again, these are things, guys, really that can make a difference if you live or die. In a post-event, people are still going to get sick. They're still going to have issues. Those issues that people have on a daily basis are not going to go away. People are going to have more issues in a post-event. So if you have some way with, wild plants that can be used for medicinal purposes to help relieve and alleviate pain, suffering, whatever the case may be, I think that's a great thing to have. It's great information to have. Okay. Here's another one. Okay. The Disaster Preparedness Guide to Home Remedies. This is Jeff Garrett. All right. And this is Dr. Prepper. All right. Life-saving medical advice when you can't reach a doctor. So again, he's got, like wound closure. How to do, close up a wound. Let's see. A lot of information, though. A lot of information. So, again, just more information, and you may be like, my God, that's a lot of different books, a lot of information. When S.H.T.F. happens, guys, we're going to have nothing but time. Okay? But before that happens, we really need to think about what we can do, what information that we can retain ahead of time, because maybe you can't take all your books with you, okay? The Country Doctor's Handbook, old-fashioned cures that prevent, relieve pain, obesity, heart disease, cancer, diabetes, and more. All right, so there's another book there like that. So that is just more information. Medical information is going to be huge. I think that, again, those are things that we really need to be working on. Another book here called Natural Remedies. All right, and so again, you have digestion and heartburn, and it gives you how to naturally treat digestion and heartburn. So again, just really, really chock full of a lot of great information. Remedies for coughs. Okay, so again, great information to have in a post-event. Like I said, somebody with these type of books in a post-event, they're the doctor. Okay, now being a nurse, I know that I'm going to be the doctor. So I'm going to take that type of information and I'm going to be studying the crap out of it in a post-event and trying to, help people and treat people with all kinds of different issues. So here's another one, the Greenhouse Gardener's Manual. Again, more information, how to utilize the greenhouse. Just give you an idea, just a lot of different information in here, growing the different plants and stuff like that. So I think that that's great information again. And as I get going with the greenhouse, I will definitely be utilizing all that type of stuff. Okay. So this one, okay, so I got a bunch of magazines here, and I'm just going to show you a couple of them. But here's Grit, Country Skills Series. Backyard, like this is backyard chickens. All right, and it's just this. They have that. We have Mother Earth News. Okay. Here's another one, Backwoods Home magazine. We have Healthy Soil, Build Healthy Soil. This is Mother Earth Gardener. So again, a lot of good information in these books. And if you can take, here's one, Self-Reliance. All right, if you can take these magazines, and if you pull one thing out of like some of these magazines, and again, I have no affiliation with any of these things. Okay, some of them subscribers had sent me, but you know, information is power. The more information that we have, the more knowledge that we can obtain, I think is so important. In a post-event, like Mother Earth News, and we can look at that and say, okay, we want to build a root cellar. Well, I'll guarantee you, and all the, I mean, so I'm just going to kind of show you this. This is just one stack. There's just magazines, okay? That's just all magazines. A lot of them are Mother Earth, some of them are Grit, you know, ton of information in there. Now, am I sitting down right now reading all that information? No, I'm not. I'm doing stuff out around the homestead and stuff like that. Like when I get into working in the greenhouse, then obviously I'm going to take my stuff, my information that I have about greenhouses, and I'm going to utilize that information. There is so much information out there that is available to us. If the grid, so I want you to think about this, okay? Because right now we're all preoccupied. We, you know, when we're having downtime, we either sit in front of the laptop, we sit in front of the TV for entertainment, for watching things that interest us and stuff like that. In a post-event, there's no more phones. There's no more internet. There's none of that stuff available anymore. So you are going to have to find other ways to occupy your mind. So if you can occupy your mind getting knowledge that you can utilize, that you don't have to, once you learn how to do something, like you take something, let's see. Okay, keeping infectious germs out of the house. That's just this is one thing. So you read that information and you go, you know what? That's a good idea. I think, you know, we can utilize that. That's going to be great. So you have that knowledge in your brain now. That makes you much more valuable because you have knowledge that can help you and everybody else. There's a freaking, I can't believe there's a little bug on there. But anyway, so that's what I wanted to share with you. Collect that knowledge. There may not be an internet in a post-event. You may not be able to get on your phone and Google anything anymore. So hard-covered copies of things, information that can save your life. Why would you not collect that now and have that? When I build my addition here next year and I get my bedroom set up, I'm going to have one whole area of my bedroom is going to be a bookshelf. And I plan on putting all of my magazines, all of my books, all my information there so I have access to it for whatever I want to utilize it for, you know, in that time of an emergency. I think it's so important to have that information. And again, when I get in a mood and if I feel like, and I love to read, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love to read. I'll sit down, I'll grab a magazine or grab a book and I'll go through stuff. Again, once I get really going full bore with that greenhouse, I will be utilizing this information and I'll be trying to get as much information off the internet that I possibly can as well. You can download stuff off the internet, get it in hard copy and do that type of stuff as well. So, you know, that's easy and it's there for right now, it's there. So utilize that, take that information, run with it, help yourselves. Again, I can't say what's going to happen moving forward, but again, preparing for the worst and hoping for the best. And if you can make your life better, okay, if you have some kind of an ailment and you say, well, I'm going to try this home remedy and see how that works instead of running to the doctors every 5 minutes and having them put you on pills for the rest of your life that you don't need to be on. If you can take some kind of concoction that you've made yourself that has been proven to work because other people have used it, why not try that? Okay? It just makes sense to me. Okay? So anyway, I wanted to share that information with you. Definitely want to hear your feedback. I have a tremendous amount of other books. I'm not obviously not showing everything, but you know, there's all kinds of information out there to get. Grab it while you can. Again, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Knowledge is power. The more knowledge you have, it makes you more viable to any group, and especially if that knowledge is in here. Once you do stuff and you do that repetitive nature and you know how to work with it, like working with the soil and how to rejuvenate the soil, good information to have. Really, really good information to have. And again, it's just smart. So anyway, I'm going to jump off of here from now. Again, I do want to hear your guys' feedback. I hope you enjoyed the fire. It's kind of low key. It's very warm because I'm sweating. So, but I hope you enjoyed that. It's low 40s right now. It's going to get down into the 30s tonight here at the homestead. So, we're just going to keep the fire going, keep it chill, keep it comfortable in the house. So I hope everybody's doing great. Remember, guys, we are all in this together. That is important to remember. Also remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day, tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life, so it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Also remember STD, step, thing, and day. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. It doesn't have to be about being off grid. It doesn't have to be about prepping. Whatever you're trying to accomplish in life, if you work methodically at it towards your goals, you will reach those goals, okay? Stay positive, stay away from the negativity, and you're going to be just fine. All right? I will talk to you all later. Have a great night. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.